Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets because in today's video, guys, I'm going to be giving you my opinion on where I believe the Bitcoin market is going based on these short-term technical indicators. Over the last couple of weeks, Bitcoin has been trading sideways below the all-important level of resistance of $10,000, and we have been struggling to get and sustain above it. In fact, every time we've rallied to $10,000, we have immediately rejected down to an uptrending level of support. Unfortunately, that uptrending level of support at the time of recording this video looks like it's about to break bearish. So as I said, in today's video, I'm going to be outlining exactly where I think Bitcoin is headed over the next 72 hours and backing it up with technical and fundamental analysis. Guys, you're going to be learning quite a bit in today's video, so I do encourage you to continue watching this video. As always, if you do enjoy today's video, consider hitting the like button on this video and leaving us a comment below this video. Okay, I'll stop. Just hit the like and subscribe button and we'll be good. Before we just go ahead and dive on into it, I do just first want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. You guys have been loving CT2A lately, and as you will know, the May 2020 coupon code is going to be active through the end of this month. So guys, if you want to learn technical analysis, there's one place to do it. There's 1,600 people enrolled in CT2A now, and they're loving every minute of it. We have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee that no one ever uses because the Academy is so well put together and so useful if you're trying to learn how to profitably trade in these markets. So check us out at the link in the description down below. More on that at the end of the video. But for now, though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. I'll tell you something. Saying that, it literally never gets old. I figured it would get old. After like 8 months ago when we got that intro made, I figured it'd get old. It doesn't. Alright guys, instead of making you wait like 12 minutes into the video so that I can increase the watch time on this video, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you up front, I think Bitcoin's about to break bearish here, and quite frankly, I think it's pretty obvious why I think that. If you take a look at this market and you're a seasoned trader, I have a feeling you're going to agree with me. But even though that intuition, even though that gut feeling on someone who has as much experience in the market as I do is a very valuable technical indicator, actually, to myself anyway, you should be doing your own analysis, but to me, I know that it's very useful. We still want to look at the technical landscape and see, wait a minute, if Bitcoin's going to break bearish, is anything predicting that? Is anything saying, wait a minute, the level of support's actually a little bit lower than we thought? Is anything saying, no, actually, we should have a little bit of a correction, and then we'll bounce from there? What do the technicals say? Well, as you guys will know, during consolidation patterns, which is what Bitcoin has been in for the last 14 days or so, volume is supposed to taper off, and that's exactly what we've seen happen. We've seen volume candle, smaller volume candle, lower volume candle, lower volume candle, lower volume candle, etc. over the course of the month of May. But there comes a point where volume gets so low and volatility gets so low, and the bounces off of support specifically, such as this bounce right here, get so small that you start to wonder, how is Bitcoin even staying inside of this pattern, let alone how in the world would it ever break bullish out of it? And I think that's what we're getting ready to see right now. Bitcoin has lost a lot of volatility. Bitcoin's bounce off of the uptrend of support that we've been watching over the last couple of days has been pretty much negligible. We're talking about on candle bodies a 1.5% bounce. What about the previous bounce where we bounced 15% in 72 hours? That's more like it. Bitcoin broke bearish out of this consolidation pattern, came down, tested our uptrend of support, and what did we build here, guys? This looks to me like a bear flag. Looking down here on the hourly chart, that becomes even more apparent. As you can see, we have an uptrending level of support somewhere around the bigger one that we were looking at, and a level of resistance somewhere around there. Now we're breaking bearish out of it. It looks pretty clear-cut to me, guys, that Bitcoin is going to break bearish here. Now, I might be wrong here. Been wrong in the past, I'll be wrong in the future. So will you, by the way, for all of you that are about to go type in the comment section, because I know there's one or two of you. There's always one or two of you. Anyway, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that Bitcoin's about to break bearish here, and I think the technicals are agreeing with me. Now, sometimes the technicals aren't going to actually predict what happens in the market. That's something you guys need to understand, is that there are limitations to technical analysis. That's where fundamental analysis and cycle market analysis comes into the picture. The fundamental analysis, except for breaking news, tends to be a much longer-term force, and the cycle market analysis, as in the strength of the bulls and the bears and the mass psychology, seems to be in favor of the bears right now. Let me show you why. Bitcoin has very clearly been very bullish over the last couple of months. For 53 days, Bitcoin rallied 125%. We outpaced every single other market on the planet. We outpaced the Dow Jones, the SPY, gold, definitely oil. I guarantee you, going on in the background, it's harder to chart the prices of real estate, but the prices of real estate have not recovered anywhere near as quickly as Bitcoin has. And in fact, because of the lag that goes into the real estate market, they might not have even started crashing yet. The point here is that Bitcoin has rallied very quickly and outperformed everything. But you can't forget that we are in a recession. You can't forget that this is actually the beginning, and a lot of times economic impacts of something as major as shutting down all the airlines, all the cruise lines, all the restaurants, all sports, everything. I mean, shutting down 67% of the economy, you shut down 2/3 of the economy of anywhere, and you're going to see a recession come. It might be short, it might be a quick fall off and a quick bounce, but the fact is, you're going to see a recession. And what do you see in recession? You see decreased spending. One of the things that actually exacerbates recessions are people saving their money and not re-injecting it into the economy. You understand, GDP is simply a measure of how quickly money is circulating in the economy. It doesn't actually have to do with how much money is in the economy. It has to do with how fast it's circulated. When people are sitting on cash in savings, they're taking money out of the economy. In an analogy to cryptocurrency markets, basically reducing the circulating supply of the US dollar, which makes it much harder for the economy to rebound. And that's one of the things that can exacerbate recessions, is that people are selling the stock market. People are shorting the stock market. People are taking their money out of stocks and putting it into savings. People are not investing in the stock market anymore. People are not buying houses even though they dropped interest rates to zero. And that mentality that is built on recession saving and bull market spending is going to have an impact on Bitcoin as well. Less people are going to be buying into an overbought Bitcoin that has rallied 125% when the rest of the world is going through this news. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? It means that while Bitcoin has had a 125% rally, it is going to be difficult for it to get above an already difficult level of resistance of $10,000. Guys, I've been saying for a while, I think eventually Bitcoin is going to get above 10K, but I don't know that it's going to happen right now. If Bitcoin was to get above $10,000, we had a great opportunity right there, right there, right there. Oh crap, why are we not testing it anymore? Right here. Oh goodness gracious, what's going to happen here? We're probably going down to test the 200 daily simple moving average. That is my call. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, technical analysis, the psycho market analysis, the fundamental analysis, my gut analysis, it's wrong sometimes. Plain and simple. I'm not going to get up here and say I'm going to be right every time, but I'm pretty sure that's what's about to happen. Now, I also want to put a disclaimer here that you are not to go investing or buying or shorting or longing or trading or doing anything on my word. I am simply here to give you ideas. You are to do your own thinking. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm telling you to do that so that you don't sue me. Please don't sue me. I'd be very appreciative. Things have been going pretty well lately. Let's just keep... We can work it out. Come on now. Anyway, jokes aside, I'm not telling you to go into a short position right now. What I am telling you to do is go do your own technical analysis. Go do your own fundamental analysis. Go do your own psycho market analysis. Go look at your own technical indicators. Go look at 5 or 10 other influencers and other technical analysts on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and wherever people do technical analysis. Go do that. Get a big picture idea of what's going on in the market and then make your trade. I will never encourage you guys to make a trade simply based on what I said. But with that said, since you're here, it means you want my opinion. My opinion is that Bitcoin is about to fall, and it's about to fall to the 200 daily simple moving average. Yes, that does mean it's probably going to break below the 50 daily. We'll probably test that first, but I don't have a feeling that we're going to hold it. The 50 being this red line right here, and the 200 being this line right there. Keep in mind, too, guys, that longs are dropping very, very quickly. Shorts are dropping also. What that means is that open interest is going down in the market, which means that less liquidity is in the market, which means that it's harder to prop the market up. Whenever you're in a rally, you want to see the shorts and the longs technically going up. You want to see an added sum of the two. If you were to add both of them together, you want to see that number going up. When you're in a downtrend, you're typically going to see both of those numbers added together going down because there's less open interest in the market. Guys, the thing that really sells it for me is this. Right when I open this chart to sit down and do the technical analysis this morning, and I looked at this candlestick right here, and I saw this, yeah, I was like, we're going to break to the downside. Let me see what the technicals say. And so far, from what I've seen, seems like the technicals are agreeing with me. By the way, wanted to throw this in at the end of the video. Bitcoin is currently riding the 20 daily EMA. If we do see a confirmed break below that, that's where you're going to start seeing the fireworks. So keep an eye on the 20 daily EMA. Keep an eye on the 200 daily SMA. Keep an eye on the volume. There's not much going on in the TD sequential right now, but believe me, I will be the first to tell you if there is. And also, guys, I would encourage you to keep an eye on the Heikin-Ashi. As you can see, Heikin-Ashi is red, so too is MACD. That is traditionally going to be a signal of a proper downtrend, not just kind of some short-term fiasco, you know. So I want to hear your opinions on this in the comments section down below. Do you think Bitcoin is going to the 200 daily SMA? Do you think it's going to bounce here? Do you think it's going to break 10K? I want to hear your take on that down below. Before we wrap the video out, though, guys, I do want to mention 2 things, actually. The first of which is directed to all of the new subscribers here and all of the new people here in cryptocurrency. I believe that we're about to enter a new downtrend, and many of you guys have joined the space in the last 60 days. So you have not seen something like this if you're newer to the market. So let me be the first to tell you. Bitcoin could drop 50% tomorrow in the same way that it did 70 days ago or so, and it's going to be fine. Remember, Bitcoin rallied something like 125% here, but before that, it was pretty hectic. Bitcoin dropped 50% in the span of a day. Some of you guys are so new to the space that you weren't even here for that. So I want to encourage you guys, if/when Bitcoin does break bearish out of this consolidation pattern, don't panic. Don't freak out. Don't use this as your excuse to leave crypto because you're getting bored by looking at charts. Don't use this as a reason to get out of the market. Bitcoin falls 10% is just as much of an opportunity as if Bitcoin rallied 10%. Because for all the people who are newer here to the space, I want to make one thing very obvious to you, and that is this. You don't make money on Bitcoin going to the upside. Period. You make money from volatility because it's just as easy to long the market as it is to short the market. You can long and short the market on just about any exchange. You can make money on a downside movement and you can make money on an upside movement. Bitcoin headed to the downside is not a good reason to pack up your bags and leave. That would only be reserved, in my opinion, for if you get bored of cryptocurrency and you don't see the future in it, or if something massive happens in the fundamentals. I would encourage you guys to have faith in the market because the last 5 to 10 years of cryptocurrency have proven, look at the long-term charts. They have proven that those who are diligent and those who believe in this space and those who have the faith to weather the storms that you're inevitably going to have come before you are the ones that will profit and the ones that will walk away a lot wealthier than they were when they started. Keep working hard, keep researching, don't give up just because it gets difficult. Guys, if anything was worth having, it's going to be hard to get. As far as I'm aware, at no point in the entire history of cryptocurrency, if you bought Bitcoin and you held it for 3 years, would you not be in profit? So don't think about the next week when Bitcoin might be in a downtrend. Think about the next decade when Bitcoin will almost certainly be an uptrend. And guys, with that said, there is one more thing I want to talk about, and that's just gratitude. I just want to talk about gratitude here for just a second at the end of the video, so bear with me here. I watched a video by Kurzgesagt. You guys probably know who they are. They have 12 million subscribers. I've been watching them since they had like 2 million a long time ago. They made a video where they animated over John Green talking about the cave, the lasso, I forget how to pronounce it. I'm not French. The French cave with all the paintings. John Green was talking about the experiences that Paleolithic people went through with childhood mortality rates, with people losing limbs and fingers and all kinds of things, and the horrors that human beings used to go through. The horrors that human beings still go through. I want you to think about that 20,000 years ago, or 7,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Think about all the things that people had to deal with. Not having enough, you had to work for 12 hours a day just to feed yourself. Now some of us are like, oh, I'm so lazy, I can't walk into the kitchen and heat up a Hot Pocket. That's how lazy we are. People used to have to work half the day to feed themselves. Some people, unfortunately, still have to do that. And it really just got me thinking about how blessed and lucky we are to even be alive. I mean, literally, think about this. I personally think that myself and anyone watching this video are some of the most blessed and lucky people in the entire observable universe. We're the most blessed beings in the entire universe, in space and in time, because for the entire history of human events, you get like, oh, I got typhus. I'll see you guys on the other side. Oh, I didn't drink water because it's all like got dysentery in it. Oh, I'm dead. And unfortunately, some of that still happens in the world, and that's one of the things that I want to do with my life is try and put an end to that. But the point is, we're so lucky. I mean, think about literally any material object that you have ever had. A phone, a swizzle stick in your coffee. Like, I mean, this guy right there, that's a blessing. This coin that we got at the Hoover Dam that has the Hoover Dam printed on it. This coin right here, that is a blessing. We are so incredibly blessed, and we don't even think about it. I mean, when was the last time you thought about how much luckier you are than someone who lived 10,000 years ago? When was the last time that thought entered your head? But now think about what would happen in your life if that thought entered your head every single morning right after you woke up and every single night right before you went to sleep. How much happier would you be when you realize that we are more lucky than 99.9% of people that have ever lived? And I know there's going to be that one guy in the comment section that says, tell that to the kid with cancer. Well, you know what? There used to not be a whole lot of hope for that, but now there is. Things have gotten so much better. Have grace. Have gratitude. Thank God for everything that we have nowadays, Bitcoin included. I want you guys to spend the rest of this week and honestly the rest of your life thinking about how lucky we are to have the things that we do. I'm not saying don't think about the things that need to be improved. I'm not saying don't look at the problems, because when you shine light on a problem, it is much easier to fix it. But be thankful for what you have also. Because if you're not thankful for what you have, you're never going to be happy with all of the things that we have now. Anyway, guys, that's my little piece of wisdom here at the end of the video, and I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, as always, tell me in the comment section down below. Before we go, though, I do just first want to express my gratitude for all of the students that have just recently enrolled in CT2A, because we have had over 200 students join the Academy this month in the last 24 days. And what that means, guys, is that we are getting ready to do a lot of really awesome improvements here on the channel. We're talking about hiring new employees, moving into a new office, getting new camera equipment, new microphone equipment, new lighting equipment, all kinds of things to improve the quality of this channel and the content that is being brought to you directly here on YouTube. This is going to be a fantastic year, not because it has gone well, not because world events have been amazing, but because I have chosen to focus on the good and not the bad. I have chosen to make it a good year through the work that I have done and through the people that I've surrounded myself by, and I hope you guys have chosen to do the same thing. If you want to learn technical analysis, it's plain and simple. This is the place to do it. CT2A is linked in the description down below. If you don't think it's a good product, ask the 1,600 students who have gone through it, had a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and more or less, none of them have ever taken me up on it. We've gotten, I believe, around 10 to 20 refunds. I think it's around 17 is probably about the exact number. Most people in sales would balk at the idea of me saying on camera the number of people they have refunded the course. They're like, whoa, you're going to kill your credibility like that. People refunded your product. I'm proud of that. That means that we have a less than 1% refund rate. That means that there are 1,600 people. Think about that, 1,600 people. That's enough to like fill, that's like 3 high schools worth of kids. That means that many people have gone through this course and loved it so much that they didn't want to get their money back when they could literally snap their fingers and they'd have it within the next couple of days, however long it takes for the payment processor to process the payment. That was a tongue twister. A lot of people in sales and marketing would think I was crazy for saying that. I don't care. I'm proud of that. We have built a product that helps people. We have built a product that teaches people. We have built a product that makes people more profitable than they were before. We have built a product that allows people to get into cryptocurrency by decreasing that learning curve. By flattening that learning curve, we help people stay in the cryptocurrency market for long enough to start seeing profit so that they can start actually making money. Because I'll tell you what, the first year in crypto, it's going to be hard. But after you get past the initial hurdle, after you get up that learning curve, goodness gracious, the sky's the limit. I see people making so much money in cryptocurrency. But the thing is, if you quit early, you're never going to get there. If you quit moving towards the promised land, you're never going to reach there in the first place. And it's very easy to quit if you don't have any guidance. Ask yourself the question, have you ever tried to do something like learning piano, learning how to sing, learning the violin? Have you ever done, those are 3 things that I tried without guidance, and it didn't work so well. Have you ever tried to do something very difficult when you know you should have gotten someone to help you along, and you quit because you didn't know what you were doing and you didn't know the questions you needed to ask? That is a massive problem in a human experience, and that is one that we are here to solve. If you want to learn technical analysis, it's going to be much easier. It's going to take a lot less time to learn how to trade and profit in these markets if you go through the Academy. The link's in the description down below. On the checkout page, you can apply the May 2020 coupon code, get $40 off at checkout, and like I said, guys, there's a 14-day money-back refund guarantee. No one uses it, but you're welcome to if you want to be one of them. The funny thing is, by the way, guys, whenever someone refunds the Academy, like once every 2 months, whenever someone does that, I email them and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Your money's already on the way back, so this isn't a questions asked kind of thing. I'm just curious so that we can improve. Did we do anything wrong? Was there anything we should have done differently? Is there any reason on our side that you want to refund the Academy? And pretty much every one of them says, no, the Academy was great. I love the videos I went through. I just don't have time, or I just don't feel like it's for me. I get that. If you don't think cryptocurrency is for you, then it's not for you. But if you do think it's for you, you probably do think that, or you wouldn't have watched that far into this video. The link's in the description down below. And I cannot wait for a couple of years from now when you've gone through CT2A, you become really profitable, and you tell me your story on email, or maybe we'll meet up in person sometime. I'm really excited about that. So guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. I do, like I said earlier, just want to thank all you guys. We passed 40,000 subscribers yesterday, which is crazy. I want to be all poetic and like say something here, but I don't know what to say. That's just ridiculous. So, welcome to all the new faces. Hi. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, though. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.